Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Michaella. Today's show is called It All Comes Back to Oneness. And today's guest, I am bringing on Dr. Mansour Malik. He's a diplomatic consultant from the United Arab Emirates, and we're going to be exploring the idea of oneness. So welcome, Mansour. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for taking me on this program.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you and that you took some time out of your day to talk with all of our listeners. I just wanted to start off by asking you, thank you. It's my pleasure too, so that's win-win. I wanted to see if you had a moment to let everybody know a little bit about yourself and why the idea of oneness was so important to you as well.
You see, I've been a lawyer throughout my life, and now I become like a consultant. And I've been going through lots of experiences, lots of readings, observing people meeting from all nations. Every single nation I have dealt with through my practice. Then I understood that whatever the color we have, whatever the skin we have, whatever the language we speak, we are one. Actually, everything, whatever it relates, we are one people. We are brothers and sisters. Everybody has those desires. Everybody has those faculties, intellectual, moral, ethical desires, whatever you call them. And there is no difference in us. Why we divide and why we fight on these things, why not we are getting together like brothers and sisters. So this thought has been through my mind for the last 20 years. And I keep reading the many people, and the great man, he is very well known, Rumi. He actually influenced my mind, who maybe passed away 900 years ago in parts of Turkey somewhere. So his literature, he said that we are one, our source is one, our creator is one, we are divine beings, and there are no these various roots, whatever faith we have, we don't have faith, whatever ways we have, we belong to one, our destination is the same. And we feel the same way, we breathe the same way, we all want to eat, we all want to be happy, so there is no difference between us. So we should be one people living together in peace, in love. This should be our mission. If that is the mission, our world becomes like a paradise here. So, okay, it doesn't matter if you are a great person that you started this, and you invited me, and there are so many of our brothers and sisters from the globe. So I'm very happy we contribute, at least we started. It doesn't matter, it will happen today, tomorrow, day after, but one day this will happen. At least few people will understand, if not all of them, but we keep inviting. We don't want to hate anybody. We don't want to criticize anybody. Yeah.
I'm in so much agreement. I think it's amazing that you've had that opportunity and experience to relate with people around the world. I can't say that for myself. I haven't really left the United States. I mean, I've been touched Japan for a second in the airport. I come from Guam, but I can't say I've traveled the world. But I do know that my heart goes out to my family, and I do consider myself a global citizen. Even though I'm an American, I feel a lot of the same way of what you're saying. We all want deep down the same things. It's just that a few have divided us, and it's important that we recognize this and respect each other. I mean, there's just been too many fights for centuries over, for a lot of things, but I mean, a huge thing has been over whatever you want to call God, and the thing is, like you said, it comes back to one, and it's a source, whatever you want to name it. Yes. Truthfully, the way I would look at it is you really can't name the nameless. I mean, it's just a label, and if it works for you, fine. But I mean, the easiest thing to do, I think, it would be remembering that golden rule, do unto others as you'd want to do to yourself. How simple is that? And that's what we tell the children, and then somehow we forget when we become adults, and it just changes. So I definitely am in alignment with what you said. So, Mansour, what would you say if you were to try to describe...
Yes, we are on this one mission.
Right.
Our goal is one. Our mission is one.
Who are we? If you were to describe who we are as a people, as humanity, what are we?
We are from human family. Human family is one. We are brothers and sisters. We came from a divine source, and we will be going back to divine source. I gone through the many faiths, right? The teachings of the Buddha, the Hindus, the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, the others, and Iranians and Persians and all that. Basically, everybody fundamentally agrees that we are here as if in a transitory period, that we are in a station, we are just passing through this period of maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 100 years, 110 years, 20 years. Then we go back to our source where we came. So here, when our residence is a temporary, why we have to fight? We should more consider to help each other, to be happy while we are here. So this was the message which I learned from everybody, and everybody is longing for that. And even with the basic fundamental rules of whether it is of faith, people of faith or people of non-faith, everybody wants justice. Everybody wants compassion. Everybody wants to be good. Everybody doesn't want to be bad, not to kill, not to cheat, not to steal. These type of these fundamental principles, everybody agrees. It means that those of our fundamental philosophy is the same. Interpretations may be different. The rules are the same. If we have the same rules, why they are the same rules? Because we come from the same source. And now people say, why the different colors? I say, just look, the flowers. We go in a garden, so different kind of flowers. So the humankind, we are like a flower. This flower, that flower, various colors, white, yellow, red, black, whatever you call them. So these are all, if the variety is not there, then we cannot recognize what is red, what is black, what is white, right? So these are the things we have to think in a deeper sense. Then we understand that nobody is superior to the other. We are the same. We came from the same source. We are going back to our destination, and we are here the same way. Whatever desires, everybody wants to be good. Everybody wants to be important. Everybody wants to earn livelihood. Everybody wants this, that. So there's no way. We all have to drink. We all have to eat. Same way. Oh, same bread. People cook it different way. I've been to Syria. They cook bread different way. I go to France, so they make a different bread. English make a different bread. Italian make a different bread. But it's a flour is the same. So whatever you you do it.
Right. Well, the thing that's so beautiful about different flowers, if you want to call us different flowers, is that it gives us that variety, and that's what's so beautiful. I mean, Could you imagine a garden with the same flowers? I mean, it would be pretty, all right, but wouldn't it be even prettier with a bunch of different kinds? So, respecting diversity.
It's a bouquet, yes. It's like a bouquet, right? So we are excited, we are amazed about it, and we like it more. We enjoyed it more. That's it. I've been to every single human being from every race, been meeting them. I've been advising them from Chinese to Malaysians to Indonesians to Nigerians to Americans to Australians to Canadians to Pakistanis to Indians to Arabs to everybody. I didn't see any difference at all, right? Maybe there's a different way how to make a bread, or how to. Some people drink tea with milk. Some people don't want milk; they just drink black. Some people like this. So there is no other fundamental at all differences right there. So we all like coffee, green tea, this food, that food. Everybody wants nice clothes. So we are same. If you see the black people, or the white people, or the English people, or the Irish people, or the Asian people, or the other people, the same desire they have. Everybody wants to be smart. Everybody wants to be very intelligent. Everybody wants to be this. Everybody wants to study. Everybody wants to do the business. So if we become helpful to each other, really there would be great success and our society would be blessed.
I agree again. I mean, I do wholeheartedly believe that, well, some people don't even believe that there's a creator, and that's fine. I mean, creator has allowed whatever creator is or creators to have that free will of choice to believe what we want to. But, I mean, yes. I deep down believe that we are divine spiritual beings having a human yes. experience. And like you said, majority of us do not want all this fighting and separation and division. I mean, honestly, though, Mansour, I feel like we have been misled. And so how, okay, majority of us want this, but how do we get back to that oneness and stop fighting and stop separating? I mean, if there's a few that is causing all this division, I mean, what is humanity to do? Do you have the answer?
Yes, I have the answer. The people like you, we need more people like you who get together, who run this type of programs, workshop, radio shows, TV shows, lectures, seminars, writing. So it will spread. It will spread. You believe me, for the last, since I met you, maybe a week or less than a week, maybe, how many people, wherever I flout this idea, everybody welcomes it. Everybody, the lawyers welcoming it, the businessmen are welcoming it, and I didn't see anybody objecting to it, right, from various parts of the world. No, you touch one point that our spiritual being. That is our reality. This body is a dress for this planet Earth. We need this type of dress, so the Creator provided us this dress. But inside, which is the soul, which is the spirit, everybody knows, everybody dies, you see, and they say, oh, his spirit or his soul is gone, has taken a flight. Where this flight is gone? To the destination. To the destination. And these flights and these pilots, we cannot see them. They are invisible creatures who are performing this type of duty. I believe, and I studied it and run various point of views, and I am convinced, right? I'm convinced. And there are so many instances they taken place in the hospital. Some people just gone near to death experience. And you see their stories. Some people met me. They told me how it was a light tunnel I was going through. I was very amazed and this, and then I came back. I don't want to come back. So that right. Our spiritual life, our spiritual essence is the real one. The real one we cannot see ourselves. This is the artificial, our color, which we can see. But when we concentrate more towards our divine spiritual essence, I think that we can recognize, and there are certain reasons. I sometimes sitting here and I can recognize body I never knew, like yourself, right? I never knew you, but I feel that I know you from very long time because our spirits are connecting. You are awakening through your divine spirit. I'm awakened, so this is how it is. And even the Lord Buddha, who went somewhere, he left the kingdom and he was a prince and looking. And what he said, I'm nothing, I'm an awakened man. I have recognized myself. We have to recognize our essence. The minute we do this, we are different people. We are different people, right? And then we behave differently. We act differently. We treat people differently, right? You see, the great Einstein, he said, I want to shake hands the same way with the man, a garbage man, and the same way I want to shake hands with the president of a country. So this should be our approach. It doesn't matter if somebody poor, somebody is authority. So we are the same, and we feel, okay, this person is in need. When we have a fever, we all feel the same way. When we have a pain, American man will feel the same pain, British man, Pakistan man, China man, they all will feel the same way. The lady will feel the same pain. There's no difference, right? So it means that we are one. We are one family.
Agreed. I can't stop agreeing because it's all true. I mean, we need to have respect for each other, no matter what level, like you said, of class or authority or race, any of that. I mean, it all comes down to the same thing. And, whether you believe in heaven or not, and if there is a heaven, great. The thing is, you're correct again. You said earlier, if we all did come together, we really could have a paradise or a heaven right here on earth. It's a choice.
Yes.
It's a choice that we need to make.
Choice, yes.
And,
yes.
My thing is, I really believe humanity, we have it in ourselves to get there. It's just a matter of how much we want it. Do we want to continue to suffer, or would we rather do the hard work to get to peace and happiness? And I don't know if that's really a destination. Maybe it's an ongoing thing. But I mean, I've only been around in this life for 35 years. And I haven't seen the centuries of suffering. We've heard it through history, and it's like, do we want to repeat that? I mean, or do we want to make something new for ourselves? And what about the children? Like, that's my biggest concern is our children, this planet that we're on, that we truly take care of it. I mean, we say a lot of beautiful words. We say a lot of big hype. But is the action following it? And I'm hoping that by what we're saying today and what others are saying also around the world, that we are touching others and touching their spirit. And I do believe we are. It's just, I guess, one step at a time.
You see, the fact is that we all, every day, we go through a test. We do suffer. We do experience. We do make mistakes, but the good thing about this could be the positive. If we change our attitude, we learn from our mistakes. We learn from our lessons. We learn from our tests, and we try to be better. And this is the age we are living. We are very lucky. We have this you see, technology. You and me are talking, you see, thousands of miles away you are sitting and I'm sitting, and we are connected. We are getting thanks to this media. They are connecting us. This is the positive effect of it. But there are people, they are misusing it, right? There is a knife. You want to make your vegetables, they cut your vegetables through this knife, or you do the surgery, or you want to kill somebody. So there are evil people who are misusing this media, and they are doing they will remain there. But the great majority, overwhelming majority, they are peace-loving people, and what we have a great power inside us. We have a way to awake it, and we have to work for it, and that is the force of love. No power, no weapon is more powerful than the weapon of love. If we use love, you believe me that we will conquer the hearts, we will conquer the minds through the weapon of love, not through the drones, not through the bullets, not through the missiles. We will conquer the world, conquer the hearts and minds of the people through the weapon of love. And this weapon, you start using it, I will start. My brothers and sisters who are listening to this program, who are participating, if we decide today we are going to use the weapon of love, that's all. If any person hate us, doesn't matter, we will give him love. If a person is throwing the thorn on our way, we will put a flower on his way. So he will change. She will change. We don't have to be hostile. We got to understand. We are in the age of technology. We are in the age of the knowledge and science and everything we have. We got to mature, and we got to behave differently.
Well, the thing is, we've tried so many other ways before, and it just hasn't worked. I mean, violence is not the answer. I used to, so many cultures, we've all suffered. We've all had losses. I mean, everywhere around the world, we've had murders and deaths and fights against each other. And ultimately, at the moment, it might feel like the right thing to do, to go and avenge, your loved ones. but we're not always looking at the bigger picture. You say loved ones, and you think it's your little circle, but when you think of the bigger picture, your loved ones are everybody, even if their skin is different or that they speak different. All of that, we are an Earth family, and just a side note, growing up, I mean, with again, it comes back with the children. I remember as a child, my father, he gained, I don't know if you want to call that respect, but I listened to him because he was authority and he held power over me. But that's not true. That's not true respect. That's out of making people be in fear, and we need to stop living in fear, and raise up in love. The hard part is what I can't wrap my mind around it yet is. Again, I totally agree with you that the weapon is love, but what I don't understand is if there's still certain evil people that want to continue and perpetuate the violence against the majority, are you saying to still love them and that they're going to somehow magically change?
No, what
That's my
I
concern.
say that once these evil people, criminal people, they do such atrocity against the humanity, against the people, innocent people, we peace-loving, we people get united, all of them. We are in overwhelming majority. We are 99% of us, we are the peace-loving and people, law-abiding people. And those people, when excluded, all we become one wall against them, they will throw their weapon, they will change their the behavior, right? They cannot survive in the society when they are excluded. And law should take course against them to save the rest of the humanity. But when we spread the love, great overwhelming majority will come to these ranks, they will spread. So we will have very, 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 very minimal number of such criminal people will be left. We should be anything, anywhere happen. My heart is bleeding today what I listened about the Brussels, what happened, their atrocities. Those of our brothers and sisters become the victims of these terrorists, criminals, evils, devils, right? And nobody can justify them. Our hearts and souls are there. We all get united. We all become a wall, like what happened in the Paris. And after that, the all French great people, they just become one. All the humanity, all world leaders, they gather there. And they make a declaration that we are one. So that is the attitude we have to promote. Whatever happened in Brussels, whatever happens in Ankara and Istanbul and the Pakistan and Afghanistan and all that, we have to stand with the weapon of the very strong weapon of love and our unity. Another weapon is unity. We got to be united. No differences. All people from the globe throughout the world who are peace lovers, law-abiding people, they are the overwhelming majority. We should stand in one single voice and unity. And this has to be eliminated. And those leaders who are responsible, we should support them, whatever the way they suggest. We have the parliaments, we have the leaders, so they may discuss, they try to find solutions, and our support, the common people's support, should be with them. This is what I feel.
I believe that as well. I think the other important thing when it comes to recognizing our oneness is that it is about togetherness, it is about the collective, but it also starts with ourselves, looking inside ourselves, like inner reflection, because if you can't see it within, you're not going to see it outside. Like, it starts internally, and then it can be expressed externally as well. So I think a lot of people have not spent the time, the quality, hard work, and effort looking into themselves and getting in touch with their inner self, and that's very important, I really believe. And the other thing is having good leadership, integrous, compassionate leadership. A lot of our leaders today Honestly, it's about money, and it's not really about the good of the people. And so but that again, that all comes back to the majority on us taking responsibility to make sure that the leaders that we did choose are ethical, are looking after our needs and all of that. So that's important. Mansour, I wanted to say we got about 5 minutes left. I wanted to say, did you have any closing thoughts you wanted to give to our listeners? Any other positive inspiration?
For this respect, with the last point you were taking, that is because of the greed. The evil of greed we have to demolish. When this is demolished, we have plenty of food, plenty of everything in our, planet. This Earth planet is very rich, but because of the greed, what happens is that some people are suffering with poverty. They do not have water. They do not have food. Other, people, they are throwing food in the dustbins and they don't bother about it. So if our greed is gone and we have more compassion and we have more charities to work throughout the globe, and we look after each other, our single member of our human family, whether he's in the Algeria or Nigeria or anywhere in the part of the world, we see that where people must have the food to eat and they should not sleep hungry. When this attitude is there, I think it will unite us together, and we throw the greed and we abide by the law. Whatever law it has been legislated by the people, we should follow that. Nobody should be allowed to take the weapons into their hands or law into their hands. These people are evil because we are a civilized society. We have to live within the norms of the society to help each other in a very respectable way.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mansour, for your thoughts. I appreciate it, and I know that this was helpful for our listeners. I agree that there's enough abundance here on Earth for all of us. We have the technological capabilities to make this a beautiful world for all of us. It just, again, starts with looking inside and feeling that, loving ourselves and wanting to love another. And
people are born free, they
simple.
should remain free. Nobody should force them for anything, and we respect each other. Whatever views I have, you have, other people have, so we respect each other's views, and we try to understand and try to learn from each other. That's all. That should be the positive attitude.
Exactly. And as simple as it sounds, it's going to take some effort, but it's not as hard as we've been led to believe. So I just wanted to let everybody out there know that, together we can make it better, just bit by bit. And me and Dr. Mansour send lots and lots of love and light to all of you, and we wish you a great week, and just to take care. Thank you again, Dr. Mansour, for coming on.
I say thank you very much, and bless you for this great mission, and we will continue.
Awesome. All right, you take care, everybody. Big, big hugs.
Okay, thank you so much. All the best.